Just start choking like halfway through the podcast. Like, Liz put in her little annotations, be like, "This is where Sam took his final breath in life." Wanted you all to know that he loved nothing more than being on a What's the Quack podcast. What's one song that could make you rise from your grave or something?
For me, it would be Beady Bell.
I'm just lying in his coffin, and then all of a sudden, all you hear is playing with fire.
Sam slowly rises. It's like Dracula.
His mother is both confused, relieved, and horrified.
I'm listening to Beady Bell to get hyped up.
No, I can't do an intro knowing that you're listening to flipping Beady Bell with the knowledge that Beady Bell is playing somewhere in the world. I can't do it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the What's Quack podcast. Today we're doing episode 9 and we're talking about Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, which is the Danish national section for Eurovision 2021. We've got 8 songs to talk about today, the 8 songs that are competing to represent Denmark at Eurovision 2021, and I am back with Cian once again.
Done so many of these that I just don't even know what to say at this point anymore.
And I'm also back with Sam.
Hello, I'm enjoying myself.
Sam, as ever, always happy to be here. 8 songs to cover today, which is less than usual. So, I mean, I would say this might be a shorter podcast, but it probably won't be.
The anti-indie triangle, of course it won't be.
Oh God, please.
Every second, pure quality though.
Always. You've got to stick around.
Nothing but entertainment.
The full shebang. Let's just get into it. I mean, there's nothing really to say. We've got lots of new Eurovision songs, but we're just going to be focusing on Denmark today. The final is on Saturday. You guys are hopefully hearing this on Friday. The final's tomorrow night. So I hope you all enjoy that. But yeah, song 1. Cian, just take it away, please. Cian's going to be pronouncing all of the Danish today, guys.
Højt over Skyerne. Is about the closest I'm going to get.
By Chief 1 and Thomas something.
Like one Chief.
What?
Please. What? You said that!
Where did that come from?
You've thrown me right
I just
off.
vaguely remembered Sam's message in the United States of Tracy server where he was like, Wagwan clap thing.
Oh no.
What? I don't
It just,
remember
I can only apologise.
Right, onwards. Moving past whatever the hell just happened there.
So is that a no on me ever becoming a roadman yet?
Yes.
So Sam has just put a picture of a bona fide roadman in the chat, so
Beady Bell, please.
look at the tracksuit though. She's straight out of the end of Croydon.
The song, please, the song. Right, I'll start. Cian's already derailed it. Okay.
Yes.
I hope everyone's proud of me because I've actually done some translating for these songs today, and I do know that this song means high above the clouds. Sorry. I don't know what that's got to do with the song. It seems kind of like I expected this to be about something else, not like heaven by the sounds of it. So I don't know what's happening here, but apparently it's also 60s inspired, which I also didn't really pick up from the music. But I don't know. Who am I to judge? I'm not an expert on 60s music. But yeah, it's a nice upbeat song. I think it'll be a cute bop live, and I appreciate the Danish language, but apart from that I've got not really much to say about it. It's good, it's fine. I give it a 7 out of 10. I'll probably enjoy it, but like that's really it. I mean, that's kind of a theme for this entire national final really, is everything's good but nothing's incredible, but nothing's bad either. Like all of my scores are between 4 and 8, so it's just a very kind of, it's a solid national final, but there's no standouts really, and this is one of those songs that's just, it's good, but it didn't blow me away.
You say it was translated to high above clouds?
High above the clouds, yes.
Not the clouds.
What do you mean, not the clouds?
Everything's cloudy.
Oh.
Oh no.
See now, I thought you were saying my translation was wrong. I was like, please don't tell me I've got it wrong already. Sam's been having a problem with cloudy water, everyone, today. He's been poisoned by his accommodation. But
It's a
alas.
palaver, a whole saga. This song's really cute. Well, it's not cute. It's a bop. It's fun. Maybe it's cute. Yes. Let's see.
Well, I mean, I called it a cute bop, so...
Like, I don't know. I enjoy it. It's kind of cheesy and it's fun because of that. I've written that it's like cringy, but also like enjoyable. Like they're just having fun, and I just like it. And it's very happy. I gave it 7 out of 10. Did I interrupt you before you could give your score, Ellie?
No, I said it. I gave it 7 as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good opener. I like this. Oh, we are doing this in running order, by the way. I completely forgot to mention that. These are in the running order of what they will be in the show, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good opener as well. I think it's the best opener of the... Like, I don't think it's the best song, but I think it's the best song to open the national final. Because it's just... There's no kind of hidden... nothing hidden behind it. Like, it's just fun, happy, upbeat.
Yeah.
I said it sounds like something you'd hear in a Hallmark ad around Valentine's Day. I don't know where I've conjured that up from, but it just sounds like something Hallmark would do in like a cheesy way of trying to promote Valentine's Day with like cheesy, upbeat, happy music, and then all the single people are obviously depressed when the ad comes on.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. But I've given it a 6 out of 10. I think it's fine. I don't think it's going to make waves or anything. But yeah, it's a good opener, and
I've just realised, I feel like high above the clouds in this context might mean just, like, really happy. I was thinking more, like, dead and gone in heaven, which is why I was confused by the title.
You woke me up, eh? How would you get to that
high above the clouds
from the
I
vibe
just
of the
read
song?
high above the clouds, and I was like, heaven? Question mark. But now I now realise that the happiness makes
like
more sense.
Euphoria.
Yeah. that's just listen. I'm tired. Okay. Right. Moving on to song number 2. Cian, take it away.
I did practice this one, and now I've Hvileløse, Hjerter.
It'll do.
It'll do.
Yeah. So yeah, song number 2 is by Nanna, Olivia. It translates to "restless hearts," I believe.
I gave this a 9 out of 10. I think it's really good. I think it's so simple, and the repetition in the chorus works for us. I think because it's in Danish, it's not in English, so I don't actually understand what she's saying. Can't even make out any word in the chorus. She may not actually be saying the same thing over and over. It just sounds the same, but it works for it. And I don't know, I think it's weird that they've put this second. I think it's a weird kind of... It's still kind of upbeat, but I suppose there's not many ballads in this thing, in this national final, so I can maybe see why they've put it second. But yeah, don't know how well it's going to work live, because I can see it being potentially a bit flat live, because there's not really much going on with her vocals. She's just kind of singing it, which works in studio, but is that going to work on a big stage? And she's got LEDs. I mean, it's one of 2 songs from this selection that's made it onto my playlist.
Well, oh, go on, Sam.
I don't really have anything interesting to say about it. I don't know why I was eager there. It's a fine song. I feel like it's one of the songs that kind of blends in. Maybe that's just because when I was listening to them, I listened to it last. It just doesn't have much that stands out about it, but it's fun and it's fine. Like, there's nothing bad about it, but I don't see it being incredible live. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Well, I learnt that this song is about learning to move on from a broken heart. It doesn't really change much about the song for me. I just thought it was interesting to sort of find out what on earth it was going on about, because I translated the title and I was like, restless hearts could be about a lot of things. So I did a little bit more research, and yeah, basically moving on from a broken heart apparently. But yeah, something about the arrangement of this song just doesn't work for me. I don't know really what it is. I think it might just not be my style. I don't know. There was just something not working for me. Like, it's an alright bop, but it's just not really for me personally. But I like, again, how she's singing in Danish. I would probably have expected this kind of song to be in English, so I appreciate that it's not. But it is 5 out of 10. It's middle of the road. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my taste. So, but yeah, on to song number 3, the Cosmic Twins with Silver Bullet. I can say this one because it's in English.
Big round of applause, everybody.
Yay! Well done, me. Yeah, well, this one actually is first in the Wee Blogs fan poll for who people want to win. So.
Yeah, prestigious Wee Blogs fan poll. That is
the prestige. I can't say prestige.
What?
I can't say prestigious. There we go. I did it. Yes, that. But yeah, this is a solid little bop. I like this one. This is my winner. It's my highest rating. But I just wish the chorus had a bit more oomph to really elevate it. Like, this would be a lot better if the chorus hit that little bit harder. But I'm a big fan of the saxophone, and I like their voices in studio. The only thing I worry about with this one is how it's going to sound live, because this is either going to be amazing or an absolute car crash. There's no in between for this song. It's going to be incredible or the worst thing that has ever performed. Like, it could really go either way, and you know, I'm being hopeful. I've got every faith in them because I do like their voices in studio. Lord knows which way this is going to go live, but I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's just a good bop. It's a good bop, and I'm always a fan of a male vocalist, so yeah.
My comments were pretty much the same as yours. I enjoyed it. It was a bop. It seemed like well produced as a song.
Yeah.
However, I also agreed that in the chorus it is sort of missing something, and for me it's sort of like missing some kind of drop. I don't think everybody would want a drop, but that's what I want there.
I definitely don't want a drop. I think it's fine as it is. I think it just needs to be louder or something. Like, it just needs something to give it a bit more.
I don't know. I think it's just the name Cosmic Twins. I very much came into it expecting some kind of like EDM dance.
Yeah,
track.
that's true. Yeah, they do give me that kind of vibe.
And then it was just missing that level in the chorus. But I mean, it's still good without it. I think just for me that would elevate it further.
Yeah.
And I mean, I definitely put also the live could change my perception, which I think mainly it has the chance to be really bad live. I think more so than be amazing live. Which, if it's not great live, then suddenly it's just everything appealing about it just kind of drops because it's that kind of song that relies upon the solid vocals. Like,
yeah.
It's not like we're expecting amazing vocals, but it needs like reliable.
Yeah, I mean, if they're awful at singing, it's gonna sound horrendous.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It was a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything. Like, I've done a reaction video to all these songs on the channel, and that they were basically my initial thoughts. I thought the chorus needed to hit a little bit harder. Especially, I was expecting it to be a big finish, like a big last chorus. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a key change or anything, but like something, even if it was just a louder drop kind of thing. And you do kind of get that, but like, I've given this a 10 out of 10, but that's because it's grown on me in the two weeks that I've listened to it. But I think that could also be its downfall, is the fact that I think this song is more of a grower kind of a song and something that just hits you immediately, which is fine if you're a Danish person voting, you're aware of the songs beforehand. But if you're not, your first kind of impression of this, like that your first time hearing this is live, where, like we've said, it could be a mess live. It's already not, like, it's not got that big hook to drag you in. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off live. I hope they can, because they are my winner. They're the only song I've given a 10 out of 10 to. Like that, I'd have the same concerns about them performing live. It does sound more like made for studio kind of a song, like a made for radio, as opposed to performing this live. Or it's like a festival, like you'd play this at a festival with the two lads on like a DJ deck or something, going around making complete fools of themselves. Like,
I feel like we're kind of setting them up for failure, but I do really hope like they do well live.
I really hope they pull through. Yeah.
Live.
It could.
I just think it's the riskiest.
Great,
I feel like if it's
like, one of those songs that like you always ask for, like you want that kind of experimental out there music. Then when you get it, you just worry about, is it going to work live?
I hope it's got some LED that kind of matches the beat of the song. I felt that would be cool.
Yeah.
But then again, I could feel like it could just be like a few sparkly lights and that's it. I don't know.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of silver,
Yeah.
but I don't know
Well.
if that's just because of the name of the Cosmic Twins that I'm like,
I
yeah,
can
the fact that
see-
they have the...
I can see silver and black and maybe purple or something like that. That kind of colour scheme. A very,
It's a blue, maybe.
yeah, a very spacey colour scheme to sort of go with their name and the song name, to be fair. Like, it just lends itself very well to a spacey kind of colour scheme. I don't know if they'll go down the space kind of theme for the LED.
I feel like it's
I
an
don't know, I feel
obvious
like-
thing. I don't know how
yeah,
obvious.
I'm not sure.
'Cause
Like, then if they just rock up with, like, a red LED,
Oh
like,
god. I'll
Fire.
be so
completely take
confused.
away.
I'll be like, what on earth's going on?
fire and confetti.
Imagine.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good combo. Never mind.
Oh god. Confetti
I
on
mean,
fire?
who knows? Like, maybe they'll show up with matching silver fringe outfits. Like, we don't know.
No.
Padded
No.
tracksuit.
No.
Silver fringe and padded tracksuits.
No, they actually do seem like the kind that might turn up in tracksuits as well. Just don't put that energy in the world.
I would like to see it.
What's
No.
wrong with tracksuits? They turn up everywhere in tracksuits.
Would you go to perform in a Eurovision national final in a tracksuit, Cian?
I mean, fair point. Fair point. Not now that I've seen
Beatty
BD Bell do it.
Beatty Bell's just put too much negative energy into my life. I just can't.
Excuse you, she just set the bar too high. That's what you're afraid of.
No.
You're afraid she's going to stand you up with her look.
It's not real.
But BD Bell has set the bar lower than my expectations for my life. I don't think you understand how in the floor they are with that padded
I'm not
tracksuit.
taking a
Bless them.
stander.
I cannot with the padded tracksuit.
She is the moment.
Moment of
Rapidly
1964, maybe.
moving on. Sorry, song number 4. It's called Abracadabra by Claudia. Oh god, I don't want to butcher her last name. Someone else, please try.
By Claudia, everybody.
Just Claudia, yeah. Just what? I don't have butcher that if I even try. Right, it's Abracadabra. This is the
Campagnol?
That sounds right-ish. Yeah. Is this the only ballad?
Yes. Well, I
It
mean, it's the
is,
only
isn't
song
it?
that stands out.
Oh, well, go on, Sam. Take it away.
I say that, it's the only song that sounds different from the rest, besides maybe like the country-esque one, which we'll get onto after. Despite it standing out, I don't like it. I've given it a 4 out of 10. The verses are cute, but I'm not really a fan of the chorus. It's like slightly jarring, I think, and I don't know if that's because of the lyrics. I just don't know if the words abracadabra belong in any song. I don't know. It's just odd, and it's just a little bit dull overall. But it's nice to see that there's some variety in the show because it was desperately needing it. Maybe it could do well in the actual thing. I thought this might be the one that the audience and the voters like. Maybe. So
I mean,
feel like
isn't it wild that in a Eurovision show, variety is a female ballad?
That is a bit mad. That is a bit mad.
Groundbreaking is that? Like, I agree. This is one of those songs that like nobody's going to be paying attention to. Could just totally end up in the super final.
Yeah.
Like come second. Like Denmark did this before. They had like this really cutesy ballad. Now I think it had a bit of fanfare, but I remember it was my last of the national final. It came second to Rasmussen, and I was terrified that Rasmussen wasn't going to get to go. I was like, if he loses to this woman in pajamas, I'm going to be fuming. Who was wearing pajamas on stage, deliberately, mind you, fuming. Yeah, like, and I don't dislike this. I've given it a 5 out of 10. I think this one needs a key change at the end, like a big finish. That's a common theme with a lot of these songs. I think a lot of them need a big finish. They just kind of plod along. This one just plods for 3 minutes. Once you've heard the first minute of a half, you've heard the whole song. Like, there's nothing new in the last minute that kind of draws you in. There's no big finish, no grand finale. Unless they change that and she does a big high note live, which obviously she could do. I just don't see like it's different in that it's a female ballad, but it's such a standard female ballad with nothing kind of engaging about it that it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Also, I'm shocked by the title of a song, Abracadabra, and it's not like a disco bop.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
It don't make
I was like,
sense.
Abracadabra. I was like, oh my god, let's go. I was like, it's going to be a banger. And then all of a sudden, all I felt was her pain. And I was like, never mind. Never mind. Apparently, we're crying.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, Cian has given the highest score to a female ballad, which is a monumentous occasion. Anyway, yeah, I also gave this a 4 out of 10, so same as Sam. It just isn't for me. Like, it's just not, like, I like my ballads really, really dramatic, and this just isn't, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. It's just not what I personally prefer. So, yeah, I also don't really get what it's about. Like, I couldn't follow the lyrics. I was very unsure. I don't know if it's about, like, a magical love, or she wants to use magic to make something happen, or, like, it just... I don't know. I just couldn't follow what was going on, because I couldn't really understand what she was singing about, to be honest. But she has a really lovely voice, and I think it'll be a nice live. Like, I think it'll be pretty, and I think the fact that it is the only ballad in the whole selection is probably going to do it a lot of favours, because any ballad stands out there watching this is like the only song for them, so it'll probably do reasonably well because of that. It could be sort of a dark horse that just pops up in the super final, just sort of pushed there by the fact that it is only the only ballad. But I feel like if there was another ballad in the selection, this one would take a backseat to it. It just doesn't have the drama for me that makes ballads stand out. So yeah, so it's a 4 out of 10. It's just not for me. So
I think it's just definitely going to have its audience, which
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
is, and then because the other songs are all kind of just like poppy songs, if there is everybody who likes that kind of song, the vote's going to be split between the rest of the songs. Whereas for anybody who doesn't like them kind of songs, it's like this is like the only other option, really.
Oh yeah, this will get all of the votes from its specific audience, which will help it a lot. Yeah. On to song number 5, Everything's Alright by Mike Trapp. Now I have a fun fact for this one. I again did my research. This guy represented Denmark in Eurovision in 1978 as part of the group Mabel. They performed
Part of the
Boom
group
Boom.
what?
Not Mabel.
Mabel.
Part of the group was.
Mabel.
Don't call me up. Do I hear don't call me up? Don't call me up just suddenly started playing for anyone else.
Yeah, they performed Boom Boom. They came 16th. So yeah, look at me go. Fun facts and all. But a country song was the last thing I expected to hear. But here it is nonetheless. It has the usual country music cheese that gives the genre its charm. Like it just is the classic cheesy country song. It's just cute. It's so cute. It's just not something that I would listen to regularly. Like, I do like country music quite a lot, but this song just wasn't hitting on that part of the country music that I stan. It's a good song, and I think it will probably do reasonably well. He might have a little kind of group of fans in Denmark. You never know, but I give it a 6 out of 10. It's a fine song. It's good. It's middle of the road for me, but that's just my personal opinion. There's nothing wrong with it, and he clearly seems to know what he's doing as well. I think it's a very well produced and well written song, and it fits into its genre perfectly. So there's nothing technically wrong with it. It's just not for me personally. So yeah.
I wish I knew he was a Mabel stan before I gave my rating. That would have vastly changed everything. 1976?
1978.
78. Like, he was a Mabel fan before Mabel was born. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think I've given this a 5 out of 10 again. I think it's fine. I also like country music. This feels out of place in like a Eurovision setting, which I don't like saying, because like technically, all songs belong Eurovision if they're competitive enough, but I just don't see this kind of doing anything. It's not going to challenge for the win. I don't see it as being particularly memorable. I think the staging could be cool. I could picture him going for like a vintage kind of staging, which I think could create some cool visuals. And it is a decent country song. I just don't think it's going to do a lot. I just can't help but feel that this is making up numbers.
Yeah, it is. It's last in the Wee Wee Blogs poll, I believe.
Yeah.
The prestigious.
But I just
Yeah.
prestigious, yeah, the prestigious Wee Wee Blogs. But I just can't see how something like this was picked over like returning Ben and Tan. Even though I haven't heard Ben and Tan's song,
Oh god.
I struggle
It's
to
so
believe
good.
like
Oh,
especially
we're not
the
tackling that
excuse.
drama.
No, but the excuse they've given is that like they judged all songs based on being competitive enough, blah blah blah. And it's like, is a song like this really going to be as competitive as Ben and Tan's song? Have Ben and Tan slipped that far? Anyway, I really like his use of counting within the song. I'm very easily pleased. One for the money, two don't let her go.
Cian struggles with.
One for the money, two don't let her go, and then I can't remember the other 3, 4 knock on your door or something. I don't know.
What?
5, 6 pick up sticks.
something like that. Like, but yeah, no, I think that's the catchiest part of the song. Definitely took the rating up for me. Like it's fine. I just don't really see it. Like the other ones, you could see the fan bases potentially pushing it through. You just don't really see this kind of doing anything. But it's a perfectly fine song.
I feel like I do kind of understand its place in the selection. I don't know why. I just see Denmark as having this kind of country area of music within like their entire music industry, and I feel like this song just serves to represent that and also to further diversify between the other entries. Saying that, it's not for me either. I don't mind it, but it just seems very generic. Because it seems like generic country, but even then it doesn't seem like overly country. Like it doesn't rely on the stereotypes of stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously it's a country song, but I put like it's not very yeehaw, but it's still country.
It's not very yeehaw. Please.
Hope he shows up now in a full cowboy suit and hat just to.
Imagine.
With fringe.
Oh no.
Oh, you've ruined it.
Please no.
He showed up in those cowboy boots that have the, what do you call those things, on the heels? They've got like the stars on the
stop.
heels. And, yeah.
Oh, stop.
I mean, fringe is very cowboy, but I don't see him in a cowboy getup. Like you can see on the cover, he's just in like his denim jacket / leather jacket.
I mean, we'll be suffering enough with Alvaro Estrella's fringe and Andre Hansen the same day.
No,
So like,
stop. Not the one leg.
the
No,
one leg
the single
fringe.
trouser leg. I cannot.
Oh bless.
Right, moving. Are we done? Sam, did you rate it?
No,
Can I continue? Please.
If I'm allowed to finish.
Go on. We can get away from
Derailed by the fringe.
I want to get away from the fringe as fast as possible.
I gave it a 5 out of 10. Like I don't dislike it. I do find it funny how he was in a band called Mabel.
Iconic.
I'm not entirely sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it, but it's spelled like Mabel. Like it is Mabel. That is what it says.
I mean, shout out to Ellie's Abby friend from the French.
Oh,
if you
no,
with us from the French podcast, you'll know what we mean with LMK looking like Mabel and also looking like Ellie's roommate, who was apparently a child.
Yeah, he's not my finders keepers.
Oh no!
No, we are coming. I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off.
Moving
God is
We're
an
done.
answer, but Mike Trump, I doubt will be.
Stop.
Moving swiftly on.
Song 6. Cian, take it away.
Song 6 is Øve Os På Hinanden by Fyr Flamme.
This means, apparently, practice on each other. Now that sounds incredibly sus, and I have not looked any further into what that means.
You had to say that whilst I was drinking water.
That's why the translation is practice on each other.
Sam has just soiled himself.
Oh, not me choking on the poisonous water. You said it was going to happen.
This is exactly what we planned. The clickbait.
I mean, we
My
did
final
tell you it
resting
was
place.
entertaining. It's not a very informative podcast, but are you not entertained?
Denmark killed him off. Shock horror. True story.
I'm killed by practicing on each other.
No, not this.
Okay.
Doctors hate them. Denmark reveals the best way to kill a human.
Just play
Practicing
Beanie
on
Bell at your
each other.
funeral, you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, this song is apparently first in the betting odds. I don't know if it still is, but when I read this article this afternoon, it was first in the betting odds. So it's
First
the
in the betting
favourite
odds
to win.
or first in the prestigious Wee Wee Blogs poll.
No. The Silver Bullet is first in the poll. This is first in the betting odds. I think this was like third or fourth in the poll.
Okay.
Don't know
That
which
actually
one's
is
more
more
trustworthy.
Silver Bullet was definitely number one in the odds when I did my reaction video, and now they're like well behind in second.
Well, the article which I think was a Wee Wee Blogs article, I'm not going to lie, the article that I read about this song said it was the bookie's favourite to win, so don't shoot the
It is.
messenger, okay. Oh, is it? Cool, right.
No,
So
it
I am
is.
correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has 80s vibes, which is cool.
I mean, there's a big disco ball on the cover, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like, apparently it's like the previous song, also like 60s inspired as well, so like 60s and 80s sort of inspired. Not the 70s, which I thought was odd, because isn't the 70s actually the disco era? In this one though, unlike the other one, I can actually see the 80s and 60s vibes, and it's fine, I think. I think I preferred this when I heard it on Cian's reaction video than when I actually listened to it, because I like the video Cian reacted to and the video that I listened to today were different videos, so I didn't recognise the like cover art or anything, so I didn't see it, and then I saw it and I thought, didn't I like that when I heard it on Cian's video? But like it's fine. I think I was a bit undecided because I think it's a bit messy in places. It just feels like there's almost too much going on for the entire song, and it just never comes up for air, so it just ends up being a lot of electronic noise. It doesn't rest. There's no peaks and troughs, it's just all a peak. It's good vibes, like it'll probably be a good performance, and I'm sure it'll be a jam on stage, but it just in studio it felt like a lot was just happening, and I was not keeping up at all, so I gave it a 6 out of 10. I think it has potential to grow on me. I think it has a lot of potential to grow on me, and I think it could be a lot better live, but just for the moment, initial reactions, I gave it a 6, and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sort of on the fence, so...
You've got
The
a
awkward
coordinated
silence.
player, don't you, Joe?
The awkward silence.
I mean, let's, like, what Ellie is trying to say is that it was my natural charisma that brought the song to life in the reaction video, I think is what she is trying to say there.
Of course, of course.
When I first listened to this, if you had told me this was the Yish cover, an ABBA song, like a not very well known ABBA song, I would have believed you. It just gives me really strong ABBA vibe. But I feel like it never really gets it into a high gear. Like it goes. It never really takes off. Like it never kind of kicks it to that high gear that you kind of want from a song like this.
Yeah.
It just kind of stays at the same pace, which
I think-
admittedly is a better pace than a lot of these songs, but
I think the problem is
Don't-
it starts in like gear 6 and it stays in gear 6, and
yeah, it starts in
It-
such a high
it
gear
has
that
nowhere
there's
to
nowhere
go.
really for
Yeah.
it to go but down. Yeah.
and
I
it
think
just
it comes down a little
who
bit,
was
but
saying
then
earlier,
does
it
not
just
go back
plods
up.
on. It just plods on
Yeah.
in the same gear.
Yeah.
And there's just nowhere for it to go. It sort of caps itself right from the start.
Like, I think it drops a little bit, doesn't come back up. It noticeably does not come back up, so
Yeah.
it kind of suffers. Like, I've given it a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't mind if it won. I mean, please God, if they win, please do not change it to English. If
Oh
the
God,
title
that-
is Practice on Each Other, Please don't change it to English.
I feel like I need to find out
Unless
what
you're
it's
gonna do,
actually about because it just sounds so sus.
Like, I'm sure it's one of those, like, if they actually translated it, it would mean something else. But the literal translation is practice on each other, but I don't want to take the risk. I mean, like, it's nearly killed off poor Sam, like, so I'd rather not find out.
So I gave this an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I
Meh out of 10.
said 8.
No, he said 8!
Oh, I thought you said meh out of 10. I was like, Sam, that's not a number. You can't just change the rating scale.
Okay, we know you can't count, Cian. Like, you had to take inspiration from the cowboy man
Oh,
to learn.
please.
No need to attack me like that.
Is that poison getting into your veins, Sam?
I don't know. I realised them entire 2 sentences were very just spew.
They really were.
I don't know where I was going with that. I tried to do a comeback and it didn't.
See, look, the
Didn't-
poison,
it
it's the
didn't work.
poison water. It's affecting you already, Sam. I think you need to lie down.
I'm high over the clouds already.
God, stop. Please stop.
We can never have a normal podcast with the three of us, can we?
Anyway, back to the
To the songs.
the practices on each other. I was surprised that they went straight in with the disco, and I was happy they went straight in with the disco because I felt like it was not gonna be disco despite the massive disco ball on the cover. I don't know why, but then the disco kind of died off throughout the song. I felt like, especially in the chorus, it sort of felt like there was 2 different genres kind of fighting to take prominence, and the disco often fell short. In the chorus, I put that like it switched sort of to sounding like a travel company advert song. However, upon reflection, it sounds like an 80s TV show intro where they're like, the actors are like doing something random and then they suddenly turn to the camera and smile and the name appears. Like, that's what the chorus music gives me. But I enjoy it. I think that's purely from the disco. I think it's my second place.
Fair enough.
So I wouldn't mind it winning, but I feel like there is room to improve with it.
Take this with a pinch of salt because it's Google Translate, but I think it's about dancing, and I think it's about learning to dance by yourself but then dancing with each other, and that's how you get better at it. So the practicing with each other is practicing dancing with each other. Which makes sense given the disco. However, I do still feel like it slightly implies some suspicious behaviour. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not entirely sure about that one.
Is this like group an entire band? Because I'm hoping to see
don't
some
know.
fancy guy on a keyboard like jamming out on stage. I'll be
Yeah, I
very
don't-
disappointed if there isn't.
Actually, I'll be honest. Trying to find out which bit's the core of
Oh.
this.
Googled and I think it's a duo, maybe? Yeah, I think it's a duo. There's also found a picture where there's 3 of them, and also one of them. I'm confused.
I think it's about dancing.
Oh my god, I found a picture on Facebook, and there is a fancy keyboard that is jamming out to.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
I'm the
Right.
creative director. Oh, that's a really fancy keyboard.
It
Oh my
is, and
God,
the lights
please.
as well.
Oh wait, yeah, I know.
Exactly
I see
what
it.
I
Yeah,
That is quite cool.
And no, we live.
Right, song 7
Står, Lige
by Emma Nicoline.
I don't have her name written down.
Yeah, this means standing right here, apparently. I translated it, and Google Translate told me stands right here, but Wee Wee Blog said standing right here, so we're going with standing right here.
Prestigious
I mean,
blogs, of course,
It,
take
it
back.
means the same to me, to be fair. Like, it's just a slight difference of the ending. But this, yeah, this is good. Someone else go first, actually, because I have quite a lot to say, so I'll go last.
Go for it, Ken.
Well, I gave this an 8 out of 10. I think it's I think the main theme of this national final has been very strong Danish language songs.
Yeah.
Which is refreshing to see because a country like Denmark, you don't really see them send Danish terribly often. Even though my winner is in English, I absolutely would not be against seeing Danish in.
Yeah.
And this one I know is a fan favourite, purely because when I was doing my top on the My Eurovision scoreboard app, it was leading. Don't know if it still is.
It's second in the Wee Wee Blogs poll. Just
Yeah, prestigious Wee Wee Blogs. It's still currently first in the My Eurovision Scoreboard community ranking. Now, admittedly, it is only 48 points clear of the Cosmic Twins. No, it's one of the kind of fan favorites.
They seem to be a clear top two.
I think it's solid. Like, there's nothing spectacular about this. I think that's kind of by design. I don't think she's looking for a big. I think she's trying to make it all about the song, which is nice. And like, you're not really building to anything except the end of the song, but she's telling a story throughout it. I think this is going to depend a lot on the staging. I think if they get the staging right for this one, she's got a chance of going through to the final. If not, I can see her being left behind. But I think it's nice. I think it's another strong Danish language song. I think it's one of the stronger Danish language songs. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing this win. It's my third overall, so I'd like to see it at least make the super final.
Well, it's my winner of the selection. I've given it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy it. I don't know how to pinpoint what I like about it because, like Cian, it's like not spectacular. There's like nothing like there's not like a standout moment in it. But I think that's just part of its charm. How it's got solid vocals, it's got solid backing track, it's got a good progression. Like there's no like obvious weak parts in the song, and you can see how it builds up sort of, even though there's no like build. I really like her voice, and the song's just kind of like a good vibe. It a bit confusing because it feels like her singing is generally slow, but then it feels like the song's overall fast, which I don't know how it works, but it does work, and it works to its success. So yeah, I really like this. It's my winner. I hope it wins.
Well, yeah, right. So this is good. I like this. I like the fact that there's so much Danish language songs going on this year. Like Cian said, we don't get a lot of them really from Denmark quite often, so it's a good change of pace. This isn't like very in my realm of music. Like by that I mean it's not a sad male ballad, but like I kind of wish it had more tempo. Like I think if it was a bit faster I'd like it more than I do. So to test this theory, to put it to the test, I put the video on 1.25 times speed and listen to it again, and it is an absolute slap in 1.25 times speed. It is so good. It is a massive banger, and I don't know why it's not that little bit faster, because it is so much like, genuinely, after this podcast, just go and listen to it in 1.25 times speed. It is so good. Like, obviously it's not perfect because it is literally just been sped up on, but with a little like fine tuning it could be amazing. And I really hope that potential to be that massive bop comes out more live. I hope it feels a bit faster live, because it just felt a little bit slow in studio. Like I just wanted it to go faster, which is why I sped it up. And it is great. Like I proved my own point. Like it sounds great sped up. So I just hope that it kind of gets that little bit extra energy live that it gets from being sped up. So I think this could be elevated for me. I give it a 7.5. It's a solid song. It's my second place. The sped up version I think would be my winner of the selection. I think I'd probably give it like an 8.5, maybe a 9, the sped up version, but as it is now, just based on the studio, 7.5, but literally, just listen to the sped up version because it slaps, it's so good.
Ellie is saying she can produce this song better than it already has been
No, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying speed the bloody thing up, because it just needed to go faster. I wanted some speed, and then I got the speed, and it slaps, it's so good. So yeah, that's my little science experiment of the podcast over.
You've really gone heavy on research today.
I've really put effort into this. I was in a
we blog prestigious polls.
I was in a lecture, okay? Nothing better to do with my life.
I mean, maybe your lecture.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, she's got her PhD in Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, so...
Yeah. I got my PhD in speeding up songs and making them slap, so...
She's already a professional
call her Speedy Bell.
Not Speedy Bell.
Speedy Bell!
Padded tracksuit, but this time with racing stripes on.
Oh my god, stop. Please.
Ka-chow.
Have mercy. I hate it here. Alright. On to the last song, Cian. Wait, I don't need Cian. Why am I saying Cian?
Yeah, I was like, hang on.
I don't need Cian. It's one English word. To be fair, I might need Cian with the name. I don't want to butcher that one either. But the song's called Beautiful by I don't want to butcher it.
Michael? Michel?
John Michael is such an English pronunciation.
Not
of
John
it.
Michael.
No, like, is it French? Like, is it supposed to be like
John Michel.
Yeah, this is why I'm struggling. I don't know. A terrible apologies from the What's the Quack team, but you've stumped us there. You've really us English people. We don't know what's going on, and the Irish are struggling too. So
struggles all around in the British Isles.
struggles all around the British Isles, truly. Yeah, I like this song. I liked it right up until the drop. Because we all know drop songs are just not usually my vibe. The drop's not bad on this one. I didn't mind it. I think I would prefer it a lot without the drop, but I didn't mind the drop. It's, it's not bad, and I get why it's in the song, and that's just the genre that it's going for. Like, it's fair enough. Like, I'm not saying take it out now to make your song a million times better, because, like, it's a good song. I just think I personally would prefer it with others, but that's just me. I'm not sure how it's going to work live, though, because I always feel like drop songs are harder to do live, and they are really the ones that could be a complete car crash if they don't do it right. But I really like his voice and the lyrics and just the whole vibe of the song, and I think it's a solid bop, so I give this one also a 7.5 out of 10. And he just misses out on second place to Emma because of the sped up version of Emma's song being a banger. So yeah, but yeah, it's a solid song, solid bop, and yeah, I wouldn't mind it doing well. So
Silence.
Well, I'm always trying to be polite and let Cian start, but Cian never gets the memo and always just sits inside waiting for someone to tell him to speak.
I'm trying to let you start.
No, because you always get left till the third
You're the one that drank poisoned water. You don't have long left.
No, it's because Ellie goes first and Cian never has the confidence to speak without cue. So he's always left till the third.
Yeah, Ellie stopped giving us cues, so me and Sam are like,
I'm glad.
I've stopped conducting.
The cues are very awkward, like every single time. So
yeah, well, I always cut the cues out of the podcast when I'm editing, so I thought, well, I might as well just stop doing them and just cut the big silences rather than cut the cues, because it's much easier to spot the silences.
Cian struggling without the cues.
I mean, so is Sam.
For God's sake, one of you just talk about the song.
Go on, Cian. We'll save the best till last,
Okay.
shall we?
Right, Sam will be dead by the time we get to him. I've given this a 5 out of 10. Again, it's a nice mid-tempo song. The drop doesn't completely ruin the song, which is a nice change. I do agree with Ellie. I think this could be awkward on stage if it's not done right. Like, there obviously is the potential for it to be done well, but difficult to stay up songs, I think. Do you put dancers on stage? It's an obvious kind of solution, but as Roxanne proved last year with Cherry Red, not always the best strategy to go with. I think this depends on how they work around him. Like, I don't know if he's a dancer, maybe he is. This is going to depend on the live stage itself. Other songs may get through based on the current popularity of the studio version and whether people are big fans of them or not. This one, there's not really a lot of hype around it. I think if this flops live, it could be. I don't think they ever reveal who came last in like the early part for final. But if this is awkward, like if this has an awkward staging, no one's going to vote for this.
Mhm.
But if it's done well, it could potentially get top 3. Like it's so dependent on what they do with the staging.
Yeah.
Because he can sound good, but if he's just kind of standing there awkwardly, not doing anything, or
A bit of a Roxanne.
in the drop. Yeah, like when Roxanne was like at least they tried
Cherry
with
Red
Roxanne.
flashbacks.
Roxanne would have been fine if they had just taken her off to the side while the two lads did their thing. It was the fact that she was
True.
stood in the middle like some referee who was unbothered. It was like these men are trying to kick each other's heads off, and Roxanne's like sing on the spot. So don't do that, John Michael, or however we pronounce your name. Please don't do that. Please come up with something else. But I think it's a perfectly fine song. It's not really up my alley, but I don't dislike it. And like I said, it's a nice change of pace that the drop doesn't ruin the song. I love that for him.
Well, it's a confusing song because it's a sad dance. It's a sad dance ballad, but I don't think the song does a good job of making the format and the theme of it understandable in the way that it's produced. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I feel like the drop plays a big part in that because the drop is like wild and confusing, and like I enjoyed the drop. Like the verses in the chorus either side of the drop, there's no like, especially after the drop, there's no transition to transition it from the high energy drop straight down to the more mellow, like sad verse, and it just makes it very sudden and not very cohesive, I guess. I think overall I enjoy the song still. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. So it's not bad, it's just struggles to make sense of itself, I guess. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate that it's a different angle for a sad song. It makes it more fun, which I like because oftentimes sad male songs bore me. But
And I love him.
accidentally, when I was listening to the last song on 1.25 speed, re-listened to this one on 1.25 speed, and it was even wilder. I was so confused and overwhelmed.
I did that when I put Emma's song on 5 speed in my playlist. It went on to one of either the first song that we talked about or the practice on each other. It was one of those two on 1.5 speed, and oh my god, the chaos! It was just horrifying.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this works better sped up as well because
That might be a common
Current
theme with
theme.
these songs, to be fair. Just speed them all up.
I think if it's sped up, the gap between the drop and the slower verses isn't as dramatic because the verses aren't as slow, so it kind of works despite it being absolutely insane.
We love that. Right, that is all 8 songs from this selection discussed. I think we'll just do a quick run through of our tops like we usually do from last to first. So we'll start
We're
with
going
Keith.
for artist names.
Oh god, I'm just gonna say whichever part of it I can pronounce.
Yeah, same.
We'll just do it, people can figure it out. So yeah, we'll start with Cian, then me, then Sam. Last to first, go on.
So my last is Everything Is Alright. My 7th is Beautiful. My 6th is Abracadabra. My 5th is Beef One. My 4th is Øve Os På Hinanden. My 3rd is Emma. My 2nd is Nanna Olivia. And my 1st is Silver Bullet.
I love how you got all the English songs at the bottom 3.
At the bottom. Just parked at the bottom.
Yeah, my last is Abracadabra. My 7th is Nanna Olivia. My 6th is Everything's Alright. My 5th is Practice on Each Other, that one that I just can't pronounce any part of in Danish. My 4th is Chief One. My 3rd is Beautiful. My 2nd is Emma, and my 1st is the Cosmic Twins, Silver Bullet.
My last place is Abracadabra. My 7th is Everything Alright. My 6th is Nanna Olivia. My 5th is Beautiful. Silver Bullet is in 4th. In 3rd is Chief One. In 2nd is Øve Os På Hinanden. And then in 1st is Står, Lige. That's enough.
A good
I gave
attempt,
it my
Sam.
best
A solid effort. I'm proud of you. You're a braver man than me. Right. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening.
I feel like it's been a long one despite the limited songs.
Yeah, it was an hour and 3 minutes.
We can only apologise for
we
the
might have a
many
little bit to
moments
cut
throughout
out.
this podcast.
And there's so
There have
many
been many of
mentions
them.
of BD Bell. I'm so sorry.
This is a Denmark plus BD Bell podcast.
Can we tag her at the premiere of this podcast?
Please, oh my god.
With a segue
BD Bell,
into-
friend of the channel.
To a segue
Can she
into
go in the
one-legged
thumbnail?
French.
I just, from now
Peeking
on,
in the
yeah,
thumbnail.
from now on I'm gonna hide a BD Bell in all of our thumbnails.
Wow.
I just not
Where's
tell
Wally?
Modris. I'm not telling Modris.
Just hide it in like the reflection of someone's pupil or something.
Oh my god, please.
I'll wait for my next video to go.
Can't wait to
Right.
play Spot the BD Bell.
We're done. Right. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like. Please subscribe if you're new. you get more of this incredible content and some reaction videos and more podcasts and a load of stuff on the channel. If you're listening on Spotify, if this ever makes it to Spotify, because I'm just slow, you can find our YouTube channel. It's What's the Quack. We do Eurovision reaction videos, and all of our podcasts are on there as well. You can also play Spot the BD Bell, apparently, because that's the thing that I've now committed myself to. So, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey guys.